Hey guys, so I wanted to jump on here. We had a really good meetup with Ishida who really talked about what amenities you put in your short-term rentals and what does the data say. Now, I'm going to pull up STR Insights and all of you students should have access to that. So go ahead and go into STR Insights, go ahead and go over here to where it says market profile. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put in, let's say Asheville. So we have a student under contract in Asheville, North Carolina. So this pulls up Asheville and it'll pull up all the different zip codes. Now what you wanna do, Asheville is really big. So you wanna compare properties within that same zip code. So we'll put 28806 and hit export properties. Now what it'll do is it'll put up the CSV file, so comma separated values. And so it'll pull up all this data and there's a lot. And so you can use this data to really look into and see what other properties, have, right? What amenities. I have a Mac and I don't like using this spreadsheet, its numbers. What I actually like to do is I actually like to go onto Google Sheets and I will create a Google Sheet and I will paste it on here. So I'll hit that A button, right click, and I'll paste. And it pulls up everything, right? It'll take a minute, depending on how many listings you have in that market, it's gonna take a little bit. What I wanna do now is clean up this data because I could sort this right here, click on this arrow right here, sort, and we can sort sheet A to Z. So there's a bunch of 1 bedrooms here, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. Now our student is under contract for 4 bedroom. What I wanna do is I wanna compare it to any 3 to 4 bedrooms. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna remove all of these other ones. So I'm gonna click right here, this where it says 401. I'm gonna scroll up, hit shift, and select all of these listings. So right now there's over 400 listings that are 1 to 2 bedroom homes. And so what I wanna do is just right click, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just delete those rows. I'm going to delete them. You could hide them if you want to. So if you just go back and so that way you still have all the data. So right here where it says hide rows, that way it's still there. Now what you can do is if we scroll down and pull up, see there's all of these 5, 6 bedroom homes. That's totally up to you if you want to compare yourself to all of those homes, but we have way too much data. Let's compare apples to apples. So we're going to do the same thing. Select those, right click, and we are gonna hide rows. Okay, so now I have all this data between 3 and 4 bedroom homes. I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna move it all the way up here like that, and when I click on this I'm gonna hit view and I'm gonna freeze this row right here. So that way, let's see, it didn't do it. Oh, so right here, view, freeze, 1 row. Should do it again. Let's see, view, freeze, up to 2 rows. I don't know why it's not doing it. Oh, it's because I have all those ones hidden. So sorry about that. What I want to do now is I'm gonna click on this button right here. So it has all of the amenities that you can have. Now it says beachfront. Obviously Asheville isn't beachfront, so they're all gonna be false. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just highlight every single amenity here that it has. Just hit shift on my keyboard and I am gonna go all the way to the bottom here. So it has all of these amenities right here, and so my eyes, it's really difficult for me to see, to be honest with you. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the conditional format. So if I go over here and hit, let's see, format right here, format, and then conditional formatting, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna click if this format the cell if the text is exactly, and then I'm gonna put here true, and I'm gonna hit done. So now all of a sudden it's easier for my eyes just to see, okay, all of these things are true. That shows all of the amenities, and so you can see here all of these amenities, so it's easier for me to see. Now based on the views, like we are actually gonna go ahead and just remove some of these where we don't need to see. So I'm gonna put hide column because it's obviously not beachfront. We're not gonna care about oceanfront views if we're in this market, so we're just gonna hide those. Sea view, beach view, we're gonna just delete those right now. And you could even see it doesn't even, there's a bunch of falses, like none of them have any of those anyway. So we're not gonna have harbor view, marina view, vineyard. We're just gonna hide those. And then we're gonna, pool view is interesting. Nobody has a pool view. That's because this market might not have pools. It's just not advantageous to have a pool in this market. A desert view, obviously we're going to hide that. Park view, bay view, doesn't really matter, so let's just go ahead and hide that. Or if we want to just remove views altogether, right? We want to get rid of the views because that's not something you can control. We can just go ahead and click all of these views and just hide them. I'm going to keep the waterfront and mountain view because I think that's going to be important. Interestingly enough, all of these 3 and 4 bedroom homes, they must have not checked off backyard, so let me go ahead and hide that. If you're launching your short-term rental, it might be advantageous just to check off backyard because it just winds up giving an amenity that a lot of other hosts don't have, so it just checks the box. Interestingly enough, none of these homes except one here has a pool. And so I want to keep that, and then I just want to, my thesis is that it'll generate more income, but I could be completely wrong here. So ski in, ski out, let's go ahead and just remove all of these. A sauna is interesting. It doesn't seem like any of these have a sauna. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide that right there. And those are all of the, none of them have a gym either. Interesting. Maybe one. Kayaks, probably don't need that. Let's just go ahead and hide that based on this market. And I have another thesis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this right here. Outdoor shower is the last amenity that these people have. Some properties do. If I right click, insert one column to the left, or I'm sorry, one column to the right, I'm going to put equals, and then I'm going to put this count if, and put this in parentheses if, and then I'm going to go all the way over here to all of these, and I'm going to hit this right here to where it finally has all of the amenities. So go all the way to where it says true or false and stop where it says valuation. And all of these amenities, and then I'm going to put this right here, and then if it says true, and then parentheses. Actually, I might have done that wrong. Let's see. I forget what the code is. All right, so right here, so count if these columns, so what we're telling Excel is any line here that says true, how many of those are true? So we're going to hit right here. And so it's saying that there's 13. And Google Spreadsheets is actually smart. It's going to do it for all of them. Because my thesis is, are the top... Oh, it didn't do it. So if I take this right here and just drag that along here. Yep. So my thesis is the properties that have the most amenities, where it has true, they might be the ones that are generating the most income. I'm just going to clean it up here and kind of centralize it or make it centered here. So now what we can do is we can go over here. The other thing I want to do is just remove any property that has not that many reviews. So if I sort this column right here, sort sheet A to Z, I'm just going to go ahead and just delete any of these that don't have at least 15 reviews. Now, ideally, sometimes your market might not have that many properties. Let's just go ahead and hide those. So I think we have all of the data now. Let me just put this back up here. Probably should have done that at the beginning. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hit this because we're focused in on the properties that are generating the most income. And so we're going to go over to revenue, and actually before I do that, we have a 4-bedroom. And so I'm going to go over here to bedrooms. I'm going to highlight all the bedrooms here. So if you highlight all this, and what I want you to do is go to format, conditional format, go over here, format cell if the text is exactly 4. Now what that's going to do is it's going to highlight all of the homes that are 4 bedrooms. Because my other thesis is the 4 bedrooms should make more money than the 3 bedrooms. I'm probably going to be wrong on this one, but let's take a look. So let's go ahead, and I think we have everything right now. Oh, the other thing, one last thing before we do this, which is important. You still have a lot of zip codes. So you have all of these 28801s. Asheville is really big, so what we want to do is just condense it to compare ourselves to properties within that zip code. So we are going to sort this as well. So all of these zip codes right here, we are actually going to get rid of. Let's see, 28805, that's all the way clear across somewhere else. 28805 right here, so let's keep scrolling. 28805. And so right here, let's go ahead and click that. And what we can do is we can go ahead and hide rows again. So now all we have now is we have just this limited amount, and let's get rid of these. These don't have a zip code right here because I don't know where those properties are. Now it's totally up to you if you want to go ahead and include all of those. I don't know. For me, I want to compare apples to apples and how my property is. Now, you could be looking to purchase homes in like the whole region, and that's perfectly fine. You could include all of that. But right now, our student actually is under contract, closing, and wanting to know what property, what amenities should we have. So right here, valuation doesn't really make sense. And so I would go ahead and hide this because all it's doing is it's taking the average valuation of what a 4-bedroom home is. See, they're all the same, 1.107 million. And then it's telling us the 3 bedrooms are $483,000. Obviously, that's going to vary widely. So let's just go ahead and hide that because we don't need to see that. So now our eyes can see a little bit better. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead. I think we have this completely cleaned up now. I know I said that earlier, but let's go ahead and go into revenue right here. And we're going to sort this, right? We're going to sort this from Z to A. And what it's going to tell us is this is the top performing property in 28806. Also, remember my thesis was are the 4 bedrooms outperforming the 3 bedrooms? For the most part, there are some 3 bedrooms here that are outperforming like this 4 bedroom down here, but you can see all of the bottom ones are 3 bedrooms. Okay, so this right here is generating the most income at $182,000 per year. If we scroll all the way to the right, does it have the most amenities? The answer is no. It has 6 amenities, right? So it has a dedicated workspace, game console, it has a dryer, doesn't even have cable TV, right? It doesn't have beach essentials. Actually, let's just hide beach essentials right now because we don't need to see that in this particular market. Let me grab this. It doesn't even have fast Wi-Fi. It doesn't have a pool table. It doesn't have outdoor furniture. It has free parking. Doesn't have an EV charger, AC, indoor. It seems pretty basic, right? It doesn't have any of these things. No fire pit, no hot tub, no sauna. But it says that it's generating $187,000. So why is that? It has a $690 ADR and 69% occupancy. If I click on the listing, it should be clear and obvious. Let's see, it might have an amazing view, and that's probably the reason why. Luxe Asheville home with stunning mountain views. Yes, obviously it has this amazing view. That's why it's generating that much. And it's even being hosted by Evolve, which is crazy. So the cool thing is sometimes you might not need all of those amenities just as long as it has this crazy amazing view, and the hero picture does it. So sometimes that might save you some headache not having to put in all of those amenities. Now, my other thesis is if a property has the most amount of amenities, are they generating the most amount of income? So if we exclude the top one because that's just has the most amazing view, all of the other ones, see, this one has 19 amenities, this one has 18, 12, and then it goes down, right? So that's the thesis. And so what you can do now is really compare yourself to other homes. Now, obviously, the first home has an amazing view, and your home might not be that, right? So all you have to do, we're going to do the Burger King method. All you're going to do is just copy and paste whatever the top performing properties are. You could even just copy and paste this title. There's no copyright or trademark to this. And so what you can do is you could design your home exactly like this. You could try to paint it like this. You could try to get the same exact furniture, the same exact style. It might be boho. Or even if you're looking to purchase a home in that market, you can try to find something just like this. So it has a hot tub, it has a game room, it has a pool table, and it has a ping pong table. It has a Peloton bike, which is interesting. It's speaking to a particular avatar. So it has bunk beds. It has another game room down here with poker. I'm not seeing a fire pit. So sometimes people say, should I have a fire? Oh, actually right here it has a little bit of fire pit. Obviously you might not be able to compete because you might not have all of that yard. And it has an EV charger. So that's interesting. So anyway, you can compare yourself to a lot of these properties that what amenities. Interestingly enough, like nobody has an espresso machine. People ask all the time, should you get a TV that's 60 inches? The top performing properties, for the most part, they're not having that, or at least they haven't checked the boxes. People ask, do I need a pool table? It seems like the top performing property has a pool table, which is interesting. So I would want to get a pool table. It seems like they all have outdoor furniture, EV charger. So a lot of people ask about EV charger. If we exclude the top performing property because that has this expansive, amazing view, this property right here has one. And so what we can do is just go through every other property and see what they are providing and really compete with them and say, hey, this is exactly what I need to do. There are some people that have an outdoor shower. There's only one person that's providing bikes. Is that even worth doing? Yeah, so that is my quick analysis on how to pull up all of these numbers on STR Insights. If you're having issues with getting onto STR Insights, reach out to me. I'm going to post this up on the Facebook group so everyone can see. All right, guys.